Hey everybody, welcome back. So I took a little bit of a break because it was vacation time. So I actually went out of town. I had scheduled everything up until Wednesday last week, but I wasn't able to basically get any more videos up because I was out of town. So I just kind of enjoyed my time away. But now that I'm back, we're going to continue on with Resident Evil 4 Remake. We are now in the castle, which means that we're going to spend a lot of time in and around this area, just like with the village. I'm going to try my best to get as much treasure as I can. I may miss some things. Hopefully, I can get them. There are a few places that only I can get when I have Ashley, and she's not going to be with me some of this for some of my instances in here until later. And then when I get her back, I'm basically just going to try to get all the treasure that I can.
Welcome. Ooh, what you buying? Stocking up while you can. Pleasant travels.
Looks like we can continue on this way.
Be careful.
Maybe it might just be the difficulty that I'm on, but it feels like the merchant is showing up a lot more than he did in the original. Like in the original he would be at the start of each new area, sure, and maybe in the middle of the area, but this one is like he was at the middle, he was at the beginning, he was in the part way between the middle and the beginning. So it's kind of like Is he showing up a whole lot, or is it just maybe the difficulty that I'm on that causes him to show up as much? Because you know how it goes, harder difficulties, lower resources, that type of deal. And so the merchant doesn't show up as much on harder difficulties, but since I'm only playing this on normal, I won't be able to really say. I would have to watch somebody playing through this on professional mode. But who knows? He could just show up in professional mode just as much as he does on normal and like normal and easy. Uh, it's probably just, you know, the challenge of not using a merchant, which is something actually. You don't use a merchant for the entire run. You don't buy anything from him. You don't like turn in requests to him. You basically just keep the weapons that you had at the beginning with picking up like knives and making your own bullets and things like that, which is like a challenge in and of itself because there's so many times in here that you'll need to like visit him.
Poor bastard. That's no way to go.
As soon as you walk in here, it's so quiet, and I'm just like, I hear the clanking of chains and everything, and it's so, the audio of that is so well done.
What was that? Do they keep animals down here or something?
Can't see me.
I like the update that they did to these guys. Like, they're definitely scary, and you can definitely see how they were essentially, you know, tortured into insanity, implanted with the plagas, and like turned into whatever it is that they are. Because from the caretaker's notes, the caretaker talks about them. Like, basically, Salazar heard of like a guy who was like the son of the former executioner or the grandson of the former executioner, and he's basically like sadistic. And so Salazar's like, I want him. And so he probably implanted him with the plagas, which changed, of course, his like the way that he looks and everything like that. Or the way that he thinks, not the way that he looks. And then they like turned him into this. And I like the added backstory that they basically give to why these guys are like this. I mean, you can sneak around them in the original and like kill them by shooting their back or getting something too very large and explosive to hit their bat, but it doesn't make them any less annoying because you gotta sneak around them, walk quietly, walk slowly, and usually these guys are accompanied by like 1,000 other regular enemies. So they go on my list of like annoying but doable. Like we can kill them. It's gonna be annoying doing so, but we can kill them by themselves. Not much of a threat. I know I get hit. Uh, a couple of times I almost make it through here without getting hit, but you know, they're doable, but there's a challenge where you just essentially just knife them in the back. Like you don't get hit at all. You just sneak around and knife them in the back, which would mean that when you fight them, again, because they're obviously when they introduce them like this, they're gonna show up later. But when you fight them again, you're gonna have to like basically kill all of the regular enemies first, leaving leaving them by themselves, which is going to be tough because, you got to shoot them. You got to shoot the regular enemies. So I would invest in bolt guns.
It's you. What happened down there?
Nothing. You were right. Right about the animals, though. Stick close.
I wonder if they added to this one, if you take too long and you leave Ashley by herself for too long, she would get kidnapped. Like, I know when there's other enemies around, it's a given. She's gonna get kidnapped. But I'm talking about, like, in this instance, Ashley and I were separated for probably about like 5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes, and she didn't get picked up. But, you know, what if, like, I was, like, gone for longer than that? Like if I had just finished with the boss fight and I didn't walk through, I had just stayed where I was. Would she get picked up by like other enemies? I kind of want to test it, but I don't want to test it. It's because I don't want to have to like deal with that during my playthrough, but maybe like when I'm not recording, I might do it just to test it out or try to see if somebody tried it. Because I really like figuring out the mechanics of games, especially games that I like. I like figuring out the mechanics of them so I know, like, oh, okay, so if I do this, then this happens. If I don't do this, then this happens. And I think, people that break down games and things like that show you where enemy placements are, what happens to, like, enemies the ones that roam around, like Nemesis or like the alien, what happens to them when they're not on stage? Like, where do they go? Are they just floating in the space above the level, or is there something else that they're doing?
Won't budge.
Bet you could ring those gongs by shooting them. What's that used for?
Well, it's just a replica. Only a couple of uses for it.
Guess you were right. Hang on. This is the same room as before, isn't it? Guess we just circled around. Leon, what are you doing?
Don't even think about trying this yourself.
Me? As if. Leon, over here. Come on, are you kidding me? Jumping across chandeliers, seriously, who does that?
What are you, my mother?
So now that we solved this puzzle, I'm going to do a little bit of checking just to make sure I got everything before we go through the door. It's just, one of those things where I want to just mark places that I can't get to right now that hopefully I'd be able to get to later. And also, any treasure that I may have missed that didn't show up on the map. But I think I got everything that I can get currently. It's just that there's that box that's over there that has something in it that I can't get because I don't have whatever is supposed to go in there. It's probably like a key or something like that, some device that I haven't picked up yet.
Oh, nothing but the fine. Welcome. Ooh, what you buying? I'll buy almost anything. Thank you. Come back anytime. Welcome. Good luck to you, stranger. Will that be your pleasant travels?
Salutations, Mr. Kennedy. Are you ready to hand over the girl?
Not this guy again.
I've taken the liberty of preparing some entertainment for you. Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess.
The way they refer to Ashley as the sacred womb that's gonna deliver them to like a higher plane of existence is gross. And then it makes sense that they want Ashley because her father has diplomatic power and he also sees a lot of dignitaries from like other countries that aren't necessarily the rulers of those countries, but they're people that work closely with the rulers of the country. And so, you know, imagine if she had was able to infect him and he in turn infected all of like the people. They would be all connected to like Sadler and he'd be able to spread to like different countries and take them over. Just to be clear, these are all actual real life parasites that scientists have found over the last 2 years. There's a lot more than these. The diary is just basically highlighting some, but there are a lot of parasites and funguses that can alter the behavior of their prey, which is basically like snails, fish, that type of deal. Everyone knows of like the parasite that is found in cats that alters the way that cats are, and it can be passed to humans, which will just essentially make humans sick through like scratches. It's basically with like their fecal matter, so that's why they're always like, be careful when you're pregnant
Be careful.
with cleaning out your kitty litter because you might be susceptible to, you know, the the parasite. You're even more susceptible because your immune system is compromised from basically growing a baby. Your or like cordyceps, which is a fungal parasite. And then there's parasites that just grow on the sides of trees that essentially like sap the life out of trees. So yeah, there's various different parasites found in and around nature that are pretty cool, but also really terrifying.
Leon, watch out!
Ashley! You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. You all right?
Yeah, no big deal. you go. You're serious? Give me some space.
No prob.
All right.
Hang on.
Give me space!
Okay,
Let's go.
got it.
This should do the trick. Ashley!
Thanks.
Anytime.
That was my fault there. I should have held on to my grenade. I don't remember if I had one, but I should have held on to it so I could take out the mob of enemies that show up in the bottom here. But, you know, you live and learn.
Come on.
Okay.
This should do the trick. Ashley! Come on. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're serious? Shit. Ashley! okay?
Yeah.
Now that we've both picked up the crank from the bottom floor and we're getting closer to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. I'm really happy with this game. I know that I say it. It's really fun. Some minor quibbles, but I mean, I'll probably talk about it when we get closer to like the credits and things like that. I'll probably divulge a little bit of my thoughts on it once I have like a clearer picture, or once the just getting out of the adrenaline from beating the game, or like the sense of accomplishment you get from beating the game, I'll probably be a little bit more objective. But either way, just want to say thank you so much, and I'm gonna let the rest of this play out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
All right. All right. Awesome.
We're not out of the woods yet.